Berachos Daf Zayin. The Gemara tells us that even HaKadosh Baruch Hu davens. But what does he say? Who does he say it to? The Gemara says he says it to himself. It's actually the same exact words as the famous song, just he says it to himself. The famous song, Tanya, Omer B'Shmuel ben Elisha, Pamachas Nichnasi Lahaktish Taktaris. I once walked into the Beis Hamikdash to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu with Taktaris. V'ro'isi HaKosrikel Ko Hashem Tzvakos. I saw HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. V'yoshev, and he's sitting, V'omar li, and he told me, Barucheini, give me a bracha. Amarti lo, Yehi rotzim lefonecha, sheyichbishu rachamecha skascha. Your mercy should overcome your anger. As the Gemara is going to explain, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gets angry. And your mercy should overcome your midos. You should treat your children with mercy. And he shook his head in agreement. Now, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says it a little differently. He says the same words. He just says, Sheyichbeshu rachami es ka'asi. What do we learn from Rabbi Shmuel? We learn that if HaKadosh Baruch Hu could ask a bracha from a basar v'adam, and he gave it to him and he agreed to it, so then any basar v'adam, even a hedyot, al tia birkas hedyot kal benacha, even a hedyot, a simple person could give you a bracha and you should enjoy it and benefit from it. We learn from HaKadosh Baruch Hu that you don't appease a person when he's still angry. You wait until he calms down. HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, wait until I'm not angry anymore. When does HaKadosh Baruch Hu get angry? Every single day, for a split second, for a 16th of a second. The Gemara says it's 158,888. One part of that, which is a 16th of a second. Or the amount of time that it takes to say the word rega. And Bilam knew that second. Bilam wasn't that smart. His own donkey beat him in an argument, but he knew that split second, and when you know that split second, you could use it to curse somebody, and the curse works. In fact, HaKadosh Baruch Hu knew that Bilam was about to curse Klal Yisrael, so he didn't get mad those few days. Had he gotten angry those few days, Chas v'shalom, there wouldn't be anything left. The Gemara says a story that Yeshua ben Levi was upset at a certain tzduki who was bothering him, so he wanted to kill him. What he did was, he took a chicken and tied it to his bed. There's a siman. When the chicken's comb turns from red to white, that's the time that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gets upset. And he waited there, and he noticed that he fell asleep, and he realized that it's a sign of Shemayim that you're not supposed to do such a thing. It says, "V'racham av kol ma'asav." HaKadosh Baruch Hu has rachmanas even on the bad tzduki. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gets angry when the kings of the world, they take off their crowns and they bow down to the sun. If a person has self-discipline, it comes from within himself. It's not from outside. It's a lot better than if somebody were to hit him and give him malchus. Says Rish Lakish, it's better than 100 malchus. Says the Gemara that Moshe Rabbeinu asked for 3 things, and he got all 3 things according to one man Da'amar. He asked that Klal Yisrael should have Shechina. He asked that the Goyim should not have Shechina. And he also asked to understand why is it that sometimes Tzaddik V'Raloi, the good guy, sometimes has a bad life, and sometimes Rasha V'Toivloi, the bad guy has a really good life, supposedly. And he was told that one pshat is tzaddik v'raloi. We're talking about a tzaddik that's not a tzaddik gomer, but if he was a tzaddik gomer, he wouldn't have a bad life. What's the pshat? HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to give a person yisurim so that the tzaddik who's not gomer should be a gomer. He should go into Gan Eden. And Rasha v'Toivloi, HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to erase all his chusim in this world, give him his schar in this world, so when he comes to the Olam Haba, he shouldn't have Gan Eden. Reb Meir says that Moshe Rabbeinu said, I want to see what you look like, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, listen, when I offered you by the sneh, you didn't agree. Now that you want, I'm not interested. Says Gemara B'Yonason says, in the Sechar, that Moshe Rabbeinu covered his face, he was Zoicha Midah Keneged Midah, that his face glowed. The Sechar, that Moshe Rabbeinu was fearful of Hashem, so humans were fearful of him. Vayiru Migeshes. And the Schar, that he didn't look at HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu showed him his Achaira. What does Achaira mean, says the Gemara? He showed him the knot of the Tefillin Shel Rosh. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu says something, he promises something, even if it's connected to a condition, if the condition doesn't happen, HaKadosh Baruch Hu still will fulfill his words. For instance, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, I want to kill all of Klal Yisrael. And don't worry, Moshe Rabbeinu, I'll make you into a great nation. At the end, he didn't kill Klal Yisrael, yet he made Moshe Rabbeinu a great nation. In fact, Moshe Rabbeinu had, as the Torah tells us, 600,000 descendants. Rabbi Yochanan said in the name of Reb Shimon Bar Yochai, Avraham Avinu was the first one to call the Rebbeinu Shalom master, Adon. And when Daniel was saved, it was in merit of Avraham Avinu calling the Rebbeinu Shalom Adon. Leah was the first one to be Moedah HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to sing praise to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to realize that what Hashem gave her was more than what she deserved. The name Reuven, says the Gemara, is made out of two words, Reuben, see my son. Leah was saying, look at Esav, he sold his Bechor willingly, then he complained, and he said that Yaakov took it away illegally. My son Reuven lost his Bechor to Yosef, yet he didn't complain. Not only that, he wasn't jealous, and he tried to save Yosef, Vayitzilehu miyadam. The name Rus comes to describe David HaMelech, that would sing Shiros v'Sishbachos HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And in fact, you see that the name of a person has a tremendous effect on the person. A son, a kid who's rebellious, is worse than the war of Gog and Magog to his parents. And the Gemara asks a question, when David HaMelech was running away from his own son Avshalom, it should have been the worst thing in the world, yet David HaMelech says, Mizmor LeDavid. He's saying a praise to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shouldn't it be Kina LeDavid? David HaMelech was relieved, like a person paying off a big debt. It's upsetting, but it's a relief. He was relieved that HaKadosh Baruch Hu told him you're going to have a rebellion from within your house, and he thought perhaps it's a mamzer or an eved that's going to rebel. He was relieved that it's his own son. His own son is not going to kill him. When are you allowed to start up with a bad guy, with a Rasha? So the Gemara 4 ways. Either when it's Milei D'Shmaya, it's L'Shem Shomayim, it's not a mundane thing. Otherwise it might be dangerous. Or if the Rasha is not having a good time, it's not a good time for the Rasha in his life. He's on the down. So on the down, you're allowed to go after him. Or he's on the up. He's doing really well. But you're a Tzaddik Gomer. Tzaddik Gomer could go after him. And the other thing is, even if he's not a Tzaddik Gomer, if you can still go after a Rasha if it's not a good time for him. If a person sets a permanent seat in a shul, then his enemies fall from within him, in front of him. And finally, the Gemara says, it's better to serve a Talmid Chacham than to learn Torah from him. Have a wonderful day.